Namaste students. Relational algebra and data warehouse. So under chapter 13 database concepts. So last class we studied about different types of relational operations based on two types of mathematical operations. So one is mathematical operation and the second one based on the database operations. So we studied about uh, relational select and operators like write and retrieval operations. So under operators, retrieval operations, there are two groups of operations: mathematical set theory based relation or operations, and second one is special database operations. So mathematical set theory based relations or operations, it uses union, intersection, difference and Cartesian product. So based on the special database operations, select operation is there, project and join operations. So select and some operations that's already explained in relational database or relational algebra concepts. So under terminology and under operators, write, etc. In those operators or insert, delete and modify operators are over. Okay, so last class we studied about Cartesian product. So Cartesian product is also called as cross product or cross join. Actually, it combines the tuples of one relation with all the tuples of other relation. See here, there are two sets R and S. So under R, A1, B3, C2. Under S, D4, A2. So what we have to do is, first we are taking the first tuple, that means first record A1. A1 is combined with, see here, A1 is combined with the D4 and A1 is combined with A2. See, under the resultant table or relation it is given that A1 D4 and A1 A2. A1 D4 and A1 A2. And next tuple is B3 and same here also B3 is combined with D4 and A2, B3 D4, B3 A2, and again C2 is combined with D4 and A2, C2 is combined with D4 and A2. Okay, these are about cross product and it is also called as cross join. Cross join, and here under cross join, so we have to take all the tuples of first set and that will be combined with all the tuples of second set, all the tuples of second set. It combines the tuples of one relation with all the tuples of other relation. So it is called as Cartesian product and it is very important for your examination also. They can ask for 2 marks. So what do you mean by Cartesian product? So Cartesian product, it's an operator which works on two sets. It is sometimes called the cross product or cross join. So which combines the tuples of one relation with all the tuples of other relation. And next concept is join operator. See, join operator is used to combine related tuples from two relations. So here we need some condition, or you can say it is the simplest form of join operator is just the cross product of the two relations. Actually, join operator which joins two tables, that means normally it uses cross product or Cartesian product. As the join becomes more complex, tuples are removed within the cross product to make the result of the join more meaningful. Sometimes you are going to remove the what we can say some tuples to get the meaningful join operation. And join allows you to evaluate a join condition between the attributes in the relations on which the join is undertaken. The notation is, it is given that R join, some join condition is required, and yes, R join condition is there, and yes. And here R and S is given. See, in first diagram R is given and second diagram S is given. So two things are properly mentioned here. Two things are properly mentioned here. So A1, that is combined with A1, A1 is combined with this, oh sorry, D3 is combined with D3 of that is in second set. In case if you are going to join or join with some condition, so here condition is given that R dot column A, next S dot S column A. That means you are using rightmost, that means rightmost means second table, you are joining the first table with the second table. So in that case you are in the first join example it is given that, so you are getting the common elements of these two sets. Okay, see here join operator is given. Join is a combination of a Cartesian product followed by a selection process, and join operator, it is also represented by using the theta. A join operation pairs two tuples from different relations, that joins two tuples from different relation if and only if a given condition is satisfied. Some condition we need, and if that condition is satisfied, then only it is possible to join two tuples or two records. See, in the below diagram, two tables are there, student and subject. So under student ID is there. Here attributes are student ID is there, student name is there, standard it is given that STD 10 and 11 standard. And second one is subject. Here instead of standard, class is given, class 10 11 11, and subject it is given that maths, English, music, sports, etc etc. Okay, see, to join these two tables we need a common attribute in both the tables. See, in first table STD and in second table class, it is almost same, or we can say same. Here instead of STD we are giving it is class. So what we have to do is to join these two tables, we can make use of join operator. Here join operator can be represented by using this symbol using cross, and then you are going to cover those crosses here. That means you are using two triangle to represent the and joining two triangles to represent the join operator. Student, it is the first table, join, and what are the columns of first student? Student dot std is equal to subject dot class. Here class is the attribute of subject, and in previous one STD is the attribute of student. In these two tables, if that particular columns are same, then we have to join those two tables, student and subject also given. So two tables, student and subject, we can join these two tables by mentioning the same columns, same relation or same columns in these two tables, same attributes in these two tables. It is about join operator. Next one is natural join. See, symbol is given, join symbol is given. Here some points are there. Natural join does not use any comparison operator. That means there is no comparison operator, or we can say there is no condition. So just you are going to join two tables or two relations. It does not concatenate the way a Cartesian product does. So Cartesian product something different, and natural join is also different. So Cartesian product is also called as cross join, but natural join is something different from the cross join, and which does not concatenate the way a Cartesian product does. So natural join is something different. We can perform a natural join only if there is at least one column one common attribute that exists between two relations. That means two tables or two relations are there, at least one column or one common attribute should be there. One common attribute should be there, then only it's possible to perform natural join. Next point, the attributes must have the same name and domain. The attributes must have the same name, In the previous example, it is given that std, some attribute name is std in student and attribute name in subject, it is class. So it is different name. It should not happen like that. To perform natural join, the attributes must have the same name and domain. Domain also, that should be the same. Natural join acts on those matching attributes where the values of attributes in both the relations are same. The values of attributes in both the relations are same, then only it's possible to perform natural join. So natural join is something different, from the join operation or cross join or cross product. Okay, we'll see the next point. Here natural join we can perform. Here course is a table, course ID, course name and department also given, and then second table name is department and head. See, consider these two tables, course and HOD. So first one is course is one of the table, HOD is another table. See here in these two tables, DPT, that means department is same, attributes, one common attributes in these two things. Here also elements are also same, CS, ME and EE. It should not require, element should be same is not required. Okay, here department is same, one common column is there or common attribute is there. So by using common attribute we can combine those two tables or those two relations. See this, department name, that should be kept first, and then course ID, course name and course name, that is belongs to the first table, and HOD, from that table head should be replaced or head should be concatenated to the join, natural join. See, result of these two tables, that will be course join HOD. These are about natural join. Natural join is something different from the Cartesian product or cross join. So here it is given. It's very easy to perform natural join, and you can expect this question for the final examination for 2 marks. So what do you mean by natural join? Give an example, right? Okay, we'll see the next point. So next one is outer join. So far we know that theta join, equijoin and natural join are called inner joins. So theta join already explained. Equijoin means it's almost similar to the natural join. Some small point is there that we'll see in the next session. And natural join, it's almost easy. Actually, it is very easy to compare to other join also. And these three join types are called inner joins. That means you are going to join two tables, elements of two tables or two relations. An inner join includes only those tuples with matching attributes, and the rest are discarded in the resulting relation. See, an inner join includes only those tuples with matching attributes. For example, in that join or in that tuples, matching attributes are there, then only we are going to display the things. Those elements, those who are not matching, that will be discarded in the resulting relation. That will be discarded. Okay, these are about some points about inner joins. And one more thing is there, that is outer join. So what do you mean by outer join? See, under inner join we need some common attributes. In outer join, so what happens in outer joins? We need to use outer joins to include all the tuples from the participating relations in the resulting relation. Participating relations in the resulting relations. There are three kinds of outer joins. There are three kinds of outer joins. Left outer join. So what happens is, under left outer join, which will keep all the data from the left hand table. For example, suppose if you are going to join two tables, R and S. In left side R is there, right side S is there. Left outer join means which will keep all the data from the set R, and right join means which keep all the data from the left hand table, that means all the data from the S. Full outer join means which keeps data from both the tables R and S. So there are three types of outer joins: left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. See, outer join examples. See here what happens is, here left outer join is there, right outer join is there. See, R and S two tables, R and S two tables, A1, B2, C3, A1, B2, D3, F4, E5, and under S, A1, C2, D3, E4. See, left outer join means it will keeps the copy of all the elements of set S. See, here under set S we have to keep all the elements of R. Next, in other side we have to keep the common elements of R and S. So what are the common elements, or what are the common tuples in the relation R and S that will be displayed in the right side? So these are about left join, left outer join, or left outer join, and here condition is there: R dot column A equal to S dot column A, yes. So R left outer join, R dot column A equal to S dot column yes. Okay, these are about left outer join, left outer join. Next, right outer join, right outer join. Here, right outer join, we have to keep all the elements of right side. So here some small mistake is there. Here it should be yes, instead of R it is given that R, but it should be yes, and here it should be R. Yes and R. So here what happens is, right outer join, we should keep all the elements of yes. So one thing is missing, C2 is missing, and C2 that should be added to the end. C2 should be added to the end, and we should keep the copy of all the elements, common elements of R. So here right outer join, here it should be yes, and here it should be R, yes and R, and all the common elements of yes that should be displayed here, and all the common elements of R that should be displayed here. All the common elements of yes that should be displayed in the first part, all the common elements of yes that should be displayed in the second one, in second half. R that should be displayed in the second, and in the last element that should be C2. C2 means that is the element of S which is not common in both the sets, which are not common. Okay, these are about outer join example. R left outer join yes, here R dot A equal to S dot column A. So in second diagram, here it is given that R, but it should be S, small mistake, make it proper. And here instead of S, we have to write it as R instead of S. So we have to display all the elements of S in the left side, and all the elements of R that should be in the right side. That means common elements of R, not all the elements, common elements of R. And then we have to insert elements, that means remaining element of S which is not common, that should be displayed here in right side end, right side bottom, that should be displayed. Okay, these are about outer join. Next, full join. So what do you mean by full join? Full join, that indicates we have to insert all the elements of R and S. So here we have all the elements of R and S. So first thing is we have to insert R full outer join R dot column A equal to S dot column A. Yes, it is a condition. R dot column A equal to S dot column A is a condition, and display all the elements of set R. All the elements of set R, and next after this all the common elements of R and S that should be displayed here. All the elements of R and S, common elements of R and S that should be displayed here. And after this, leave some space, and last tuple that should include uncommon elements of S that should be mentioned here. C2 which is in S, not in R, that should be mentioned there properly. Okay, these are about R full outer join R dot column A equal to S dot column A. Yes. Okay, these are about example to the full join example. Next, some symbolic notations. There are many symbolic notations in relational algebra. They are select. Select, actually it uses sigma. Select uses sigma. Next symbol is project, that is represented by pi. Next, product. Product is represented by cross, and cross times. Next, join. Here also it uses cross, but it should be represented within the pipeline symbol, or two dash symbols, or pipeline, or it is also called as bow tie. And union can be represented by using U, or we can say cup. U or cup. Next one is intersection, can be represented using the cap. Next one is difference, minus, and rename can be represented by using row, row. But these are symbolic notations used in relational algebra. So very important: select, sigma, project, pi, product, x, or we can say times, how many times that we are going to multiply. And join can be represented by using x, that should be included within, or that should be embedded within the bow tie, or we can say pipeline symbol, or dash. Next, union used to represent, we can represent by using the U or cup. Next, intersection, cap, or intersection symbol, it is called cap. Next, difference, minus, and rename, row. Okay, these are about symbolic notations. Next, how to use this one? So far we know that select operation, it's already given, that is to get the subset of a particular set. The symbolic operators are used as with the verbal ones. So to find all the employees in department 1, to display all the employees in department 1. So select itself, that is to access the elements. Select department number equal to 1. Department number equal to 1 is an attribute, or we can say field. Select department number equal to 1 from the table name or relation name employee. So instead of second, we can use sigma. Department number equal to 1 from the table name employee. Next one is conditions can be combined together using and, and that particular symbol is called as caret symbol, cap, small cap, or to the power, that is to represent to the power of something, okay. And V, that is to represent or, that means is the what we can say ulta symbol of V, okay. For example, all employees in department 1 called Smith. See here we are using and operations, that means we are going to conditions can be combined. We are going to add two conditions, or we can say AND operation. That means if both the conditions are true, then only we are going to display. Select department equal to 1 and surname equal to Smith from the employee. So we have to display all the employees whose surname equal to Smith and department number equal to 1 can be represented like this. Select department number equal to 1 and then AND symbol, surname equal to Smith from employee. So instead of select you can use sigma. Instead of select you can use a sigma. So AND operation can be used like this. So this AND operation, that is to combine two conditions. Combine two conditions. And one more thing is, if two conditions are true, then only it will display. It is a main what we can say advantage, or we can say disadvantage. It is a main advantage or disadvantage. That means if two conditions are true, then only it will display the name and department number of employee. Okay. Next, the use of symbolic notations can lend itself to brevity even better when the join is a natural join. The join condition may be omitted from determinant X. The earlier example resulted in, see, project. So same thing. So what we did in the last slide, it is given that AND operation. Using AND operation you are going to display. See, but in this case project D name, department join. So join condition is department number equal to department number. Join condition is department number equal to department number, and open parenthesis. Again you are going to embed another project department number from the table employee. See, in the above one, table name is department, but in this case department number can be extracted by the table name employee. And join, again we have to use the join condition, EMP number equal to EMP number. Again you have to use another project EMP number from the table name EMP course, that means employee course, and here again you have to use the join course number equal to course number, again open parenthesis, project course number, and here we have to access the course number from the course itself, but here again we are using select, that is to put some condition also, CNAME equal to further accounting. Select CNAME equal to further accounting, but here we are using the subscript to put the condition, and then course, and then again you have to close all the parentheses. How many parentheses so far you opened, that should be closed. That is for querying, and here that becomes will be like this. So instead of project you are using pi, and join can be represented by using the X determinant, X that should be included or embedded within the two pipeline symbols. And again we are using the same thing, pi department number employee join X, pi EMP number EMP course join X, pi course number sigma CNAME, here sigma that is to represent select operation, CNAME equal to further accounting and course, and again we have to close all the parentheses. So okay, these are about using the symbolic notations to represent the query languages or queries in our relational algebra. Next one is rename operator. Rename, normally it uses row RHO. The rename operator returns an existing relation under a new name. Row A, that will be B, is the relation B with its name changed to A. Relation B means table B with its name changed to A. For example, find the employees in the same department as employee 3. Row emp2 dot surname emp2 dot forenames open parenthesis, select employee dot employee number equal to 3, here AND operation, employee dot dpt number, That means 3, it is one condition, employee number equal to 3, it is already given that employee number equal to 3. So you have to display, find the employees in the same department as employee 3, this one, and employee equal to D number, department number equal to employee 2 dot department number. Again parenthesis open parenthesis, employee join row EMP2 employee and close flower parenthesis. So these are to rename the given relation. So directly we can rename like this, row A within parenthesis B, that means you are going to change the name of particular relation name B to A, particular relation name B to A. These are about rename. Next, derivable operators. So fundamental operators are sigma, pi, join, union, minus and row, and derivable operators are join, that means determinant join. Next, intersection. These are derivable operators. See this diagram explains derivable operators, and under fundamental operators, sigma, that is to select the subset using some condition, and then project or pi, that is to get the subset of the given set, and join, that is to join the two tables or to get the cross product also. Union, which combines all the elements of two relations or two tables without repeated items or duplicate items. Minus means A minus B means it will display all the elements of A but not in B. So that is difference or minus. And row means that is to rename the given operator or given relation. And derivable operators X and intersection operators. We will see the next slide. Equivalence. A X join B, that implies pi A1, A2, F2, AN, and within parenthesis sigma C A cross B, sigma C within parenthesis A cross B, where C is the join condition. Example, A dot AL or A1 equal to B dot A1. A dot A1 equal to B dot A1 and A1, A2 up to AN are all the attributes of A and B without repetition. All the attributes of A and B. See, these are about C is called the join condition. C is called the join condition and is usually the comparison of primary and foreign key. Comparison of primary and foreign key. Where there are n tables, there are usually n1 join condition and some equivalence are there. Equivalence means the same relational algebraic expression can be written in many different ways. The order in which the tuples appear in the relation is never significant. Okay, these are about equivalence. Some points are there depending on the equivalence. Here it's very important. A cross B, which is not equal to B cross A. A cross B not equal to B cross A, but it here it shows only this symbol. Meaning is actually it is not equal to B cross A. A intersection B equal to B intersection A. A intersection B equal to B intersection A. A union B, B union A. A minus B is not same as B minus A. A minus B is not same as B minus A. Sigma C1, sigma C2 of A is equal to sigma C2, sigma C1 of A, and it's also equal to sigma C1 and sigma C2 of A. And pi A1 of A, which implies pi A1 inside bracket pi A1 etc. of A. So which etc. represents any other attributes of A. So many other equivalents exists, many other equivalents exist. Okay, these are about relational algebra, and next some topic we have to cover, that is the comparison of relational algebra and SQL, and that's it for today, and we'll see you next class.